Hello. I was having a talk about um see when you become successful and on your journey to being successful, people in your life, like your friends or family, whoever, nobody's not gonna support you, do extra work for you, celebrate you, anything like that until you make it to the top. Once you make it to the top, then everybody celebrate what you're doing and they compliment about you and say good things about you. But when you're down at the bottom of the rail, at the bottom of the trail, you know what I'm saying, just getting started, and you're trying to, no one will support you. And that's the way it is in this life. And people won't support you unless you are um, unless you are a celebrity or a person with great that is rich, financially stable. Once you get like financially stable or rich, you got it. You make it big and you make it to the top, and you start making a certain amount of income or whatever, being successful. That's when everyone celebrates you and give you recognition for what you have done. And people, it's always been like that in this world, and people not gonna celebrate you. Saying, and also you're gonna have haters that's gonna look at you and talk about you, and saying negative things about you, but you can't let that affect you. And people that's insecure, they're gonna look as soon as they see somebody positive, as soon as they see somebody important, like a person that has good integrity and high self-esteem about themselves, they're gonna try to put that person down, insult them and criticize them just because they're jealous of that person and what they have inside of them, and they're jealous of because they don't have that type of knowledge or wisdom or that type of skills or talent. So yeah, people are not gonna support you unless you rise, unless you make it big, unless you make it to the top. Once you make it to the top, that's when everybody celebrate what you have doing. Or you might get more recognition, or people may support you and do stuff for you. Then
because they wasn't fucking. This the thing. They're not trying to fuck with you when you're at the bottom, but they want to fuck with you when you are at the top. That's one thing about it. This shit never seems to fail. You're not gonna get involved with stars. You're not gonna fuck with you. And it's so. And this thing, I don't. We don't harbor no hatred and resentment towards y'all. We just know our worth. See, we forgive, but we're not gonna forget, and we're gonna enjoy the best life that we can. We're gonna enjoy our life to the fullest. We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna win with or without you. We wasn't living our life according to validation or opinion anyway. We didn't need you anyway. You shouldn't need somebody to tell you how good you look. You shouldn't need somebody to tell you that you are an attractive person. Don't, like you said off the Matrix. Don't think you are. Know you are. Know your worth. You got to be super assertive. Super assertive. You have to be super confident. Super confident. You got to walk this like the baddest motherfucker on the planet, because you are the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You don't choose people. This the thing. People don't choose you. You choose them. It's not the other way around. You don't. People don't. People don't tell you to enter their life. You tell them to. You give them the okay to enter your life. They don't have no control or no say so over you. You shouldn't get involved with somebody unless you know that unless you know for a fact that they're going to reciprocate the same energy that you reciprocate. And this is the thing. Fuck what you said. I'm paying attention to your actions, because the answers lies within the action. Actions speak louder than words. Stay blessed. Y'all probably wonder why I'm sweating, man. I just got done working out. Please, hey, forgive me for because I'm sweating like a bitch too. But look though, stay blessed, and people not gonna fuck with you until they see other people fucking with you. So evil. No matter where you go, no matter what you try to do, and no matter how many people that you come across in this lifetime, you will forever be in a constant battle against the forces of evil. But do not fear evil. Do not run from evil. Don't run. Because God has given us the tools and the power in which we need to destroy the forces of evil. It's not something that you should fear, but it's you shouldn't fear evil. You should look evil in the face, right up in the face, and let evil know that you cannot destroy me, you cannot break me. For I come from God, and evil is going to stray away from you. But no matter what you do in life, you're going to be battling demons because you are chosen by God, and they can see that. But remember, light will always look the darkness. Light is going to always outshine darkness. Good will always overcome evil. Always. God's children will always prosper and come out on top, no matter what. We're going to always come out on top. See, when you are chosen by God, you will never fit in this world. You are incapable of fitting in. You will never fit in because you have the power, the eyesight, to see exactly the world for what it is and how fake and evil it is. You're not going to fit in if you're chosen by God. It is impossible for you to fit in. We are not here to fit in. We are here for a specific purpose. There's no fitting in where we come from. See, when you are chosen, you don't see, nor think, nor feel on the playing field that regular human beings feel on. We think on a, oh, we are, our thought patterns is on a whole nother different level. You couldn't think like a regular human being if you tried. Our thought patterns is so above the norm, it is ridiculous because we possess the Holy Spirit. We possess the spirit of discernment. See, God gave us His eyes and His ears in order for us to see through manipulation, deceit, illusion, witchcraft, and cursing. See, we see everything as clear as it gets because we live in truth and we are awake. But the rest of the world, majority of the world is asleep by choice. So chosen ones will never fit in this world because we are not meant to fit in. And that goes for the workplace as well. Because the forces of evil run the workplace as well. See, the forces of evil run the work field as well. So if you're looking for a job and if you're a chosen one, if you're looking for a job, there's a possibility, a strong possibility that you won't even get hired just because of who you are and what you are. Because the forces of evil run the workplace. These dummies run the world. See, like a typical person, you're gonna put in your application, play the waiting game. They gonna call you for an interview. See, the thing is, they gonna call you for an interview, and they're gonna tell you that they are in need of work. They're gonna tell you that they are in need of help badly. That it's urgently hiring. Like they're gonna be in need of work. So you filled out the application because hey, you know what? Let me apply for this because they feel like they need somebody. They look like they can use my help. So let me apply for this job. See, during the interview process, they gonna get your hopes up. They gonna tell you that you are qualified for the job. They're gonna try to make it seem like that they gonna hire you. They're gonna tell you everything like when can you start. They're gonna put you on the schedule. They're gonna say that hey, we're gonna put you on the schedule for this week. We're gonna put you on the schedule for Sunday. You can start this day. Getting all of your hopes up. But the truth of the matter is, they are completely lying and deceiving you. Because demons, just like their father, is the masters of deceit. They're gonna tell you everything that you want to hear during that interview and during that hiring process, but it is what happens once you leave. It's a different story once you leave. See, when you in people's faces as a chosen one, they're gonna pretend like they like you. They're gonna smile at you. They're gonna try to. They're gonna leave you high. But the moment you leave, you're gonna be left dry because you left because they work for the devil, and the devil hates God's children, and the devil is God's biggest enemy. The children of the devil can sense the presence of God's children from a mile away. They can, as soon as we enter the room, all eyes on us. They can sense us from a mile away. That's how powerful our presence is. That's how powerful the Spirit of God is. They can sense it from a mile away. See, as soon as you are face to face with a demon, you are recognized immediately. Okay, no matter where you go, no matter what you try to do, and no matter how many people that you come across in this lifetime, you will forever be in a constant battle against the forces of evil. But do not fear evil. Do not run from evil. Don't run. Because God has given us the tools and the power in which we need to, to destroy the forces of evil. It's not something that you should fear, but it's you shouldn't fear evil. You should look evil in the face, right up in the face, and let evil know
You
that you
can't
cannot
talk
destroy
to
me, you
her
cannot
any
break
kind
me.
of way because I will
For,
shut
for
you
I come
down
from
in a
God.
heartbeat. That
Evil is
scared
going to
him.
stray away from you. But no matter what you do in
Yeah,
life,
he
you're
didn't
going to be
shut all.
battling
That's how you shut
demons
them all up.
because you are chosen by
And you
God.
wear this thing
And
over
they can
your
see that.
face, they're gonna be
But
mad.
remember, light will always work the darkness. Light is going to always outshine darkness. Good will always overcome evil. Always. God's children will always prosper and come out on top, no matter what. We're going to always come out on top. See, when you are chosen by God, you will never fit in this world. You are incapable of fitting in. You will never fit in because you have the power, the eyesight to see exactly the world for what it is and how fake and evil it is. You're not going to fit in if you're chosen by God. It is impossible for you to fit in. We are not here to fit in. We are here for a specific purpose. There's no fitting in where we come from.
Talking people
See,
any
when you are
kind of way,
chosen,
God
you
punished
don't
them.
see nor think nor feel
Any kind of way,
on the
that's why the
playing field
man
that regular
punished.
human beings feel on. We think on a, oh, we are, our
His
thought
house
patterns is
caught
on a
on
whole
fire.
nother different level.
Doing people wrong.
You couldn't think like a regular human being if you tried. Our thought patterns is so above the norm, it is ridiculous because we possess the Holy Spirit. We possess the spirit of discernment. See, God gave us His eyes and His ears in order for us to see through manipulation, deceit, illusions, witchcraft, and curses. See, we see everything as clear as it gets because we live in truth and we are awake. But the rest of the world, majority of the world is asleep by choice. So chosen ones will never fit in this world because we are not meant to fit in.
They're
And
talking
that goes
about
for the
people,
workplace as well.
God shutting them up
Because the
because they
forces of
talk
evil
about
run the
his
workplace
anointing.
as well.
Touch not my
See, the
anointing. They
forces of
laughed
evil
at him.
run the work field as well. So if you're looking for a job and if you're chosen one,
and something bad happened to
you looking for a
him,
job, there's a
you
possibility,
already
a
know.
strong possibility that you won't even get hired just because of who you are and what you are. Because the forces of evil run the workplace. These dummies run the world. See, like a typical person, you're gonna put in your application, play the wage game. They gonna call you for an interview. See, the
But
thing
God
is,
heard his
they
mouth.
gonna call you for an interview, and they're gonna
Right,
tell
but
you that they are
God
in
heard
need
his
of work.
mouth.
They're gonna
And
tell you
God
that they are in
listening.
need of help badly. That it's urgently hiring. Like they're gonna be
Whether you
in need
know it
of
or
workers.
not, they
So
listening.
you filled out the application because
You
hey,
know,
let me
man,
know what
nah,
it
they
is.
still gonna
Let me
be there.
just
They
process it
still
because
gonna
they feel like they
despise you
need somebody.
because
They feel
they
like
done it to
they can use my
Jesus.
help. So let me apply for this job. And during the interview process, they gonna get your hopes up. They gonna tell
Then
you
they sat there and
that
laughed
you
at
are
Jesus
qualified
and
for the
mocked
job.
him
They're
and
gonna try to make
slandered
it
his
seem like
name.
that they gonna hire you. They're gonna tell
He's
you
watching.
everything like when can you start. They're gonna
God
put you
is
on the schedule.
watching
They're
all
gonna say
that.
that hey, we're gonna put you on the schedule for this week. We're
He's
gonna put you on the
watching
schedule
all
for
that.
Sunday. You can start this day. Getting all of your hopes up.
Because you don't
But
know.
the truth of the
God
matter is,
sees that.
they are completely lying and deceiving you because demons, just like they father, is the master
That
of
sees
deceit.
their heart.
They're gonna tell you
That
everything that you
God
want to hear
sees them.
during that interview, during that hiring process, but it is what happens once you leave. It's a different story once you leave. See, when you in people's faces as a chosen one, they're gonna pretend like they like you. They're gonna smile at you. They're gonna leave you high. But the moment you leave, you finna be left dry because you left because they work for the devil, and the devil hates God's children, and the devil is God's biggest enemy. The children of the devil can sense the presence of God's children from a mile away. They can, as soon as we enter the room, all eyes on us. They can sense us from a mile away. That's how powerful our presence is. That's how powerful the Spirit of God is. They can sense it from a mile away. See, as soon as you are face to face with a demon, you are recognized immediately because of the power of God within you. And
Yeah, God
because
sees
of this,
everything.
in
God
the work
sees
field,
that.
you
And
are
you
already
being
next down. Because guess
unkind,
what? After that
God
interview is over,
sees all that.
they are going to say to you
And
that
you
they were
being
able to hire you,
unkind, God
but they never
sees
will.
all that. So
They
he's
never will.
not fooling God.
See, it's not that you didn't meet the
That you
guy
can
required.
fool people, but you can't fool
It's
God.
not that you didn't have what it takes to fill
That you
that
can
role,
fool people, but you can't
in which
fool God.
position that you applied for. You wasn't underqualified. You was overqualified because God's children are
Fool
above
people.
average. See, the truth is, you met the requirements and then some. And during the
God,
interview
show me
process, they saw how charismatic you was. They saw how you possess great discipline and great leadership skills. They see how you possess great communicative skills. They see how powerful that you were. They see how powerful you are. They knew that you was a good one. They knew that if you stepped foot in that establishment, you were going to help that establishment be great. But it was because it was ran by the force of evil. They could not allow it because most workplaces are ran not by discipline, but by manipulation.
and knows the heart of man. And
See,
God's
they knew
gonna
that they
punish
could.
them.
They knew if they hired you, that you was going to
God.
be in a
That came
leadership
from
position
God.
regardless,
That didn't come
because
from
God
men.
knows children. We are natural leaders, and the people
I
the
saw
people that's
what you
trying to hire
did.
you, and the people that you work with that's in management position or just in an upper position, they're not leaders. They just got that position due to the fact that they was hell. They was working there for a long time. Somebody just said, "Hey, look, since you've been here for like 10, 30 years, we're gonna offer you a position because you slaved for us anyway." They are slaves. You not. God's children are not slaves. We are free. They know that. And 9 times out of 10, we weren't even gonna be working there for a long period of time anyway. Because if you are a true child of God, you're gonna do that workplace to your advantage. So you gonna do what you need to do and get the fuck up out of there because you refuse to live a stereotypical 9 to 5 average lifestyle anyway. We was above average in the first place. You're above average if they're not. They seen it. They seen it in you and they couldn't stand it. So that's why they didn't hire you. That's the truth. It wasn't you, it was them. They were threatened by who you was. So they didn't hire you. See, they were threatened by your ability to communicate and think free. They knew that they could manipulate you. They knew that they could get you to do other people's work that you do your work. They knew they somebody. That's why they didn't hire you. That's just, it wasn't you, it was them. Don't feel fucked up. Don't feel bad about it. No, you smile about it. Because guess what? They
They
didn't do you a
don't
favor.
do
Listen to me.
slam
They didn't give
our
you a favor
name.
because they didn't waste
They
your time.
done
They
all the
wasted your
same
time by
thing.
calling your phone and scheduling that interview. But guess what?
They did him that
They
too.
didn't waste
That
your
they
time
did
either.
Jesus
That
that
was
too.
that's the job.
That
That's
they
the
did
job.
Jesus the same thing.
That you didn't get hired. The guy
The
has
same thing you
even
done,
better
I the
information.
same thing gonna
You
happen to
just sit
you.
tight and hold on and let God fix it. Because the blessings don't come from God. And I'm gonna be honest. As you see, and I don't care what workplace it is. I don't care if you making 6 figures. I don't care what job you. Well, let me tell you something. They gonna hire the drug dealers. They gonna hire the drug addicts. They gonna hire the toxic women. They gonna hire all these toxic people. But the moment you flop, they're not gonna hire. YouTube, it's your boy Real Rob, going back with another video. Most problems in today's society, the number one problem in today's society starts with the mistreatment, the abuse, the ignoring of children's mental, emotional, and spiritual health. You will make the child happy above all things. I mean, all things would really make the child happy, not external things, not technology, not cell phones, not television, not video games. What really makes a child happy, what children really crave for, love, generosity, honesty, empathy, communicators, leaders, supportive parents. Parents love their children for them because the parent realizes that this child is their own individual. Parents don't judge their children, who don't criticize them because they make mistakes. Yet they talk to them and sit down and let them know that it is okay to completely make mistakes because they're young. You're young. You're learning. It's okay for you to make mistakes because making mistakes is a part of growing and learning as a person. Parents who uplift and support their children, dreams, goals, and accomplishments, no matter what, because they genuinely love and support you, because they raised and taught you the importance of self-discipline, self-love, self-preservation. They raised you in the way that you could go, so that way once you got older, you will not depart from it. Children need parents to teach them the importance of loyalty, honesty, generosity, humbleness, accountability, forgiveness, gratitude, and tranquility. Children need parents that are going to teach them right from wrong, so that once the child get older, they're going to know what's right and what is wrong, and they're going to know what to do and what not to do. They're going to know what to act on and what not to act on. See, all these things I stated is how and what makes a child become the best version of themselves, and also what makes your child or the child in general become successful in life while maintaining healthy relationships, connections, and bonds with others and the parents as well. But the truth is, see, the hard truth is, if you didn't or don't receive any of these things that I stated before now, or you didn't receive in your childhood period, Let me tell you something. You didn't receive these teachers from your parents because your parents deliberately and purposely set you up for failure. See, for years now, parents have been developing a deep-rooted hatred, envy, and jealousy towards their children because a lot of parents are in competition with their own children due to the fact that they fail to take accountability for their own bad actions. See, your parent is going to hide this secret from you until you become older and become aware of what's happening with them and what and how and what's happening with you also. Your parents are gonna hide this one big secret from you for the rest of your life until you become conscious and aware of what's really going on and until you begin to see them for who they really are. And the secret they are hiding from you is this that they are bad people. That your parents are bad people. They are lovers of themselves instead of lovers of God. They have no moral value or integrity. They are psychopaths. They are drug addicts. They are alcoholics. They are sex addicts. They are thieves. They are liars. They are manipulators. And they're cheaters. They are the complete epitome of evil. Like I said earlier, you're not gonna find out the truth about who your parents really are until you just get older, meaning you hit 18, 19, hit your 20s, some 30, some 40, some even 50. I got people in my company telling me that they just now starting to figuring out that they parents narcissistic at 70, 80 years old. See, when God calls on his children, I mean, he will call on his children. He's going to free us. He's going to free you and liberate you from all evil so that you can see through evil. But you're going to be living in truth now. You're going to be living in truth because you now possess the eyes of God. And you're going to see everything in the world, and you're going to see for reality for what it really is. You're going to see that everybody's true colors because God, you was asleep. But now God has awakened. So you want to see what God sees. But while you are still asleep, see, this is what happens when you are still asleep. See, when you remain asleep, that's when your parents is going to ruin your life. That's when they're going to plan to ruin your life. Because your parents, a lot of parents failed in life. If they know this. So they're going to make it their mission. They're going to make it their mission to make sure that their children fail as well. This is the game they play because it was planned since birth. Before you even born, before you was even born, they already planned what they was going to do to you before you even see. When you was in your parents' womb, you had no idea of who you were. They was planning what they was going to do for you. They was planning how they wanted you to be. They was planning how they wanted you to be seen. How they are going to make their failed
And what they were saying and doing.
so that they can live through you and out of you. They are going to manipulate you into becoming codependent on them for the rest of your life. Make you a slave so that you won't be free of your own self, so that you won't have any
And what
freedom.
you
You
were
won't have no
saying
freedom
and
because
doing,
they
it
completely
pop up.
kill you emotionally and mentally, destroy you so that you can always be codependent on them because they completely lied about reality. How they're going to use you as a pawn to get back with others, how they are going to punish you, what they are going to say to you if you retaliate against them. All these things were planned by your parents to completely ruin you as a person so that you wouldn't grow up and become successful and surpass them and be completely envious of them. Because if a child becomes more successful than the parent, if the child becomes more accomplished in life than the parent, that parent is going to be forced to self-reflect. See, success makes people self-reflect. But in the narcissistic parents, in their mind, that child is going to make them self-reflect, and the parent is going to have to come to the conclusion and realize how fucked up, and they're going to have to realize all the mistakes and the failures that they made because the child has surpassed them now. It's not going to be a good self-reflection for them. They're not going to self-reflect anyway, but it's going to force them to self-reflect because they want to know whatever all the stuff that they tried to do for you, everything that they wanted you to be, you didn't be what they wanted you to be became your own person and started living for you, and you became successful in your own right. They couldn't do that. They couldn't become their own person because they too busy pretending to be something they're not. They're gonna hate you for that because you're authentic and they're not. So they're gonna, but your parents is gonna develop a deep rooted hatred and jealousy. Jealousy and
in their
envy,
heart that's gonna judge them.
vindictive attitude towards you because they
That
hate you
knows they
now. Now
damn
that you
heart.
become
That
successful
knows
in
they
the passive,
goddamn
they hate
heart.
you now because you have the power. They don't. See, your parents are already in competition. Your parents are already jealous of you because you are pure and clean. You didn't make horrible life choices like your parents. God gave you a clean slate, period. And your parents know it. See, your parents know that you're innocent. Your parents know that you are clean. Your parents know that you are not, you didn't make the mistake because, hey, God gave you a clean slate, period. And it's because they do know this, they're going to take all of their anger, all of their frustration, all of their hurt out on you, robbing you of your childhood, purposefully ruining you as a person so that you will never succeed in life. They are going to completely, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually destroy you because that is their plan. They don't want you to succeed. This is your parents. This is the truth. The truth makes people uncomfortable. It's the truth. They are going to completely set you up for failure. You won't be taught about trade. You won't be taught about financial literacy. You won't be taught how to cook. You won't be taught how to clean. You will not be taught about basic life skills. You will not be taught about handiwork. You will not be taught about credit. You will not be taught about renting. You will not be taught how to drive. You will not be taught about self-preservation, self-discipline, self self-love. You will not be taught about having morals, boundaries, integrity, things in which makes a person successful. They will not teach you these things. They're going to completely avoid teaching you these things so that you can always be codependent on them because if they teach you about what they know, they're going to know for a fact you're going to become your own individual. And then one day you're going to leave and they cannot have it. So they're going to keep these things from you so that you can remain under them. Yep, they're going to keep these things because
Telling
these things
about
are going to
people
make
like
you
a
pass them
dog. We
regardless.
got that
They're
on
going to lie.
camera.
They're not going to teach you. You're going to have to learn on your own. All of these things I just stated,
That
you're going to
shit
have to
on
learn on your
camera.
own.
Pop this
I
shit
had to
on
learn it on
camera.
my own. A lot of people have to learn it on their own. And that's the best way because I don't care if they teach me. I'm going to teach myself anyway. That just makes me even more badass.
Then it's
They're
this
not going to
shit
teach you
coming
these
in.
things because they don't want you to pass them. They want you to be codependent on them because your parents don't want what's best for you. They want what's best for them. They never loved you. They never cared about you in the first place. It was all about them. They're selfish. They're entitled. They don't love. They don't have empathy. They're bad people. It wasn't about. It was never about you. It was always about them. So if that means sacrificing their child, if that means them sacrificing the relationship and the bond with that they have with their children, guess what? They don't care. They're gonna do it because guess what? They don't care about you. It's about them. Exactly. The truth hurts people. The truth hurts. But unfortunately, the truth sets you free. You have to learn the truth behind a lot of parents. They don't want what's best for their child. They only want what's best for themselves. They don't care and don't love their child. But look, on a positive note, fuck them. Dealing with success anyway. When I mean fuck them, it's for them. Because at the end of the day, once your parents abandon you, God is going to don't show up at the funeral. Don't show up at their house. Don't show up at the hospital. Block them. It's going to come a time. It's going to come a place in a time where they're going to try to contact you and call you. It's going. Let me tell you something. The day that they on their deathbed, they're going to try to contact you. But guess what? You're going to be on vacation, celebrating, having fun. Why God is putting His wrath on those things. This is not the wise you are. Fuck them. Kill them with success. Anybody. Stay blessed. YouTube. It's your boy Real Rob. We're back with another video. See, dealing with a narcissistic individual, you're going to find yourself in a situation to where wherever you go, whatever you do, however much you get, however much you got, where you work at, the job description of your work, the job title in which you work, how many hours you get, how much you're going to be getting paid, will be documented, calculated, and escalated by the narcissist. See, if you are dealing with narcissistic parents, if you are dealing or if you are in a relationship with a narcissistic individual, you must know something. Your money is their money. Your finances is their finances. Your resources are their resources. Because these people are completely entitled. They feel as though they own it.
She started.
So
She
they use
started.
money as a form of manipulation
That
in
did.
order to control.
That woman did that.
In one form of manipulation,
That Jezebel
that
spirit.
individuals do
That's what I was telling you
is
about.
extortion.
Warning you about
See,
it.
narcissistic individuals do extortion in order to obtain your money and your resources so that they can gain control over your life. And by doing this, it gives them a sense of
Manipulation
power.
person that's
And so they feel it
controlling.
gives them a sense of power if you let it.
That's
So if you are
controlling.
living with a narcissist or have lived with a narcissistic individual, let me
Being
tell you something.
controlling.
That job you got, that money you making good money. You got a successful job. You got a good business going.
Controlling.
You got good things going on for you. Let me tell you something. The money you make, let me tell you something. Be prepared. If you're living with them, be prepared to give them your portion of the rent. And when I mean your portion of the rent, be prepared to be the one that's paying for most of the rent and most of the utility bills. Also, if you're living with these individuals, let me tell you something. They're going to partner up with you and say, "Hey, you know what? Let's get an apartment together. Let's put our money together so that we can, so that we can put our money together, so that we can obtain this rent, and so that we can live good." Let me tell you something. You're going to find yourself in a situation. So guess what? You're going to be the only one paying rent, and they knew that they didn't have their portion of the rent. But guess what? They didn't give a fuck about that because guess what? They're using you. And they're trying to break you financially. They knew they wasn't going to be able to come up with that rent money. So guess what? They use you as bait to fulfill their needs. They don't care about you. They care about your. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. If you have bank accounts linked to theirs, if you are involved with these people financially, meaning y'all have shared accounts or joint accounts to where our savings account to where each to both of y'all can see how much y'all making. Let me tell you something. Be prepared for them to check your checkings account, your savings account. That money that you got stored away, they gonna take from that. They're gonna steal your money. They're gonna go to
See,
banks.
that's why I
They're
don't
gonna
do.
go
That's
behind
why I
your
don't do
bank
share.
and talk to the people
That's why
that's
I buy
over your
myself. I
account
do stuff
to
by
figure
myself.
out how much they
I
can
don't
steal
never
from you. They're gonna try
share
to
no accounts with
plan little
nobody. That's why I'm by my.
strategic
That's
moves
why
in order
I
to
do stuff by
slither their way
myself.
up in your financial life. They're gonna try to make your
And
finances
you better
their
look.
finances
Let me tell you something. A wise thing to do, especially with a
because
person
they
like
want
that,
control over you.
don't never
If
have
you
your
go on
stuff.
dates with these
Yeah.
individuals, if you go on trips with these individuals, if you go shopping with these individuals, be prepared to be the one that's paying a bill at the date. Be prepared to pay for that vacation. Be prepared to pay
That's why I tell you,
for
you
all
don't
the
need to be.
groceries
Let me tell
and
you
all
something.
the.
A
Be
person that's
prepared to
like
pay for
that,
all the groceries while y'all shopping
I
too,
don't care
because
if it's
guess
your
what?
family member, whoever.
They wasn't
Don't
there
never have,
on
don't
equal
have
terms
no
with you
accounts. Don't have
financially.
nothing that's under their name. When
They
you
didn't
get
care
your
about
when
you.
you
They
get
only cared
signed up
about
with an
themselves. They only
institution or bank
cared about
account,
what you can do for
you
them
go get a
financially.
bank
Because the truth is,
institution
they don't want you to have money
that you
because financial
personally like to open
financial
up, and
independency
you
equals
open it in
freedom.
your name and no one
They're trying
else's.
to break you financially. One way for them to break you is by breaking you financially so that you can become codependent and so that you can never depend on anybody but them. And by them
They
doing
can't
this,
do no
it gives
share
them a
account
sense of
because
power.
you then went to another bank.
Because let me tell you something.
And
If you
you done
don't
told
provide,
the
if you don't give these people
representative,
money,
don't let nobody take no money
if you
out
don't
your
get these
account.
people money,
Don't
let me
let
tell you something.
you
Be
tell the bank
prepared to
that.
get kicked out the house. Be prepared for them to take them car keys. Be prepared for them to threaten you because basically you're under contract.
Gonna deal with you. And
Anything that you are
God
financially
gonna
linked to,
deal
they
with her
going
so
after it
bad she gonna be
in
broke,
order to
she gonna
destroy
be
your
sick,
income. Because if they
anything
can
could
break you
happen.
financially, then they got you.
And stuff
That will give
bad
them a
stuff
sense of power.
happened to her. She was
Because
sick,
guess what?
she
If they can
couldn't get
break you
out the bed,
financially,
all
you're going to
kind of
become
stuff.
codependent. If you
Because
don't
how she
have an
was treating you.
independent mentality, if you don't have a strong will,
Bless her
if
and
you are
punish
not
her.
naturally ambitious and want it
Do
for
you like
yourself,
you did Pharaoh,
if
like
you're
you
not a
did
relentless individual
Jezebel with the
that's
wicked
that's
people.
going to
Do her
keep
the
going
same
after
punishment.
obstacle after life throw obstacles at you, if you let me tell you something, if you are not relentless behind going and chasing after your dreams and goals, let me tell you something, you, you're going to open yourself up to a door of codependency because they're going to sniff that out and they're going to be able to tell that you don't have no dreams and goals. They're going to be able to tell that you're not working towards nothing. They're going to be able to
Well,
tell
see, with a
that you are
person like that,
procrastinating. They're going to be able to
that's
tell that
why
you
it's
are lying
important
about
to have
saying you're going to be something,
your
but you
own
not taking
stuff.
action behind
I'm
your
saying
words.
you
If you
don't
don't
need to
take
be
action
sharing
behind
bank
your
account.
words,
Don't
then
share nothing with
everything you
nobody,
do is a complete
especially
lie.
today,
You're wasting
because
time because you are a procrastinator
people
and
today
you
are
sitting up there
toxic. You know what I'm
saying what
saying?
you're gonna do,
People
but guess
today
what? You're
are
not doing it
selfish.
because you are afraid of failure, rejection.
You don't need to be sharing nothing with nobody, because nowadays you can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody with no share account. That's why it's best to have your own. Go to a bank that you like. No, but don't bank with them. Don't bank with those. Don't bank with them. Get pick out a bank that you like and bank with that bank institution. And yeah, especially if you're an adult.
I mean, all things would really make the child happy. Not
Because God
external things,
sees
not
everything you're
technology,
doing. You're
not
not
cell
hiding
phones,
nothing.
not television, not video
Because
games.
God
What
sees
really makes the
everything you're
child
doing.
happy, what children really crave for,
All he gotta
love,
do is put it there. Oh, he saw
generosity,
that.
honesty,
God been watching you.
empathy, communication, leaders,
Well,
supportive
see,
parents,
God
parents
been
who love
watching
their
her.
children for
And she
them
can't lie to God.
because the parent realizes that this child is their own individual.
And she
Parents who
couldn't
don't
lie to
judge
God.
their children, who don't criticize them because they make mistakes,
Let God see all
yet
that.
they talk to them and sit
And
down and
she
let them
hear
know
the
that
year that
that
you
it
had
is
took the
okay
car
when
keys
you
from
make
her.
mistakes because
I saw
they're
what you
young, you're
did.
young, you're completely
I'm
you're
watching
learning.
everything
It's
you
okay for
doing
you
to
to make
this
mistakes
child.
because making mistakes is a
Let
part of
God
growing
mind,
and
no
learning
mind,
as
because
a
God
person.
been watching her.
Parents who uplift and support their children, dreams, goals, and accomplishments, no matter what, because they genuinely love and support you, because they raised and taught you the importance of
Don't worry
self-discipline,
about that.
self-love, self-preservation. They raised you in the way that you should go, so that way once you got older, you will not depart from it. Children need parents to teach them the importance of loyalty, honesty, generosity,
Well,
humbleness,
she's very manipulating, and people ain't gonna
accountability,
want to fool with her.
forgiveness,
And that's
gratitude,
why I tell you
and
don't share
tranquility.
nothing with her.
Children need
Meaning
parents that
don't
are
have, if
raising
you
them
got a
right from
bank
wrong,
account
so
or
that
you
once the
got
child
some
get
kind of
older, they're
special
gonna know
account
what's right
or
and what's
anything
wrong.
under her
They're gonna know
name,
what to do and what
delete
not
it
to do. They're gonna know what to act on and
anything.
what not to
Just
act on.
shut it down
All these
yourself,
things are
because she
stated
gonna try to
is how
manipulate you. And
what makes
I
the
know what
child
kind of
become
type
the
of
best
person
version
she,
of
even
themselves
though
and also what
she's your
makes your
mother.
child or the
You
child
don't
in
have to
general
share
become
no account
successful
with
in
her.
life.
Well, with a person
While
like that, I don't
maintaining
care
healthy
who they is. I don't care if
relationships,
they your
connection,
mama,
and
your mama,
bonds
your
with
auntie,
others
your father,
and the
your
parents
brother,
as
your
well.
sister, whoever. If they like
But the
that,
truth
if
is,
they if they if
see, the
they
hard
like
truth
that,
is,
if they
if you really
manipulative and narcissistic, whatever,
don't
they controlling everything,
receive any
you
of
don't
this,
need to be
and I'm
sharing no
saying this
account
for
with them.
more now, or you
Okay?
didn't receive
That's the wise thing. Don't share no account with that person. Don't have no account share with them. Don't have no call under their name. None of that. Because they're very controlling and they like to manipulate it. Yeah, I'm just yeah. Don't have nothing under their name because they're gonna try to manipulate you. Well, you shut their account down. You could tell the institution, the bank said you don't want this account no more. You can shut that down. You can shut your account. You can shut yours. You should take your name off of there and shut it down. And take your name off of that share account. Take your name off of that bank too, whatever. Because you finna go bank with another bank. And you explain to the bank and all that stuff, they're gonna wipe your name off of there. And you ain't gonna be banking with that bank institution no more. You might bank with another company instead of banking with her. I'm just saying, people like that, you don't trust them. You don't put your name or anything under them because you know they control it. You know how they is.
They are the complete epitome of evil. Like I say earlier, you're not
And
gonna
she
find
gonna
that
bank with another institution, a bank with another bank, and she won't be banked with them no more.
19, mid 20s, some 30, some 40, some even 50. I got people in my
If they
company telling me that they
controlling,
just now
if they controlling,
figuring out that they parents narcissistic at 70, 80 years old.
if they controlling.
See, when God calls on his children, and I mean he will call on his children, he's going to free us, he's going to free you and liberate you from all evil so that you can see through evil. So you're going to be living in truth.
That's why she told you don't bank with her. Bank with your own bank with another company. Don't bank with her. If she's manipulating like that, don't sign nothing under your name. Don't have no bank under your name, no account under your name, under her name, and nothing that got something to do with her because she gonna try to manipulate and all that stuff. So that's why you need to shut that down and get you another bank or another company.
This is the game they play because it was planned since birth.
Especially if they
Before
manipulate.
you was even born, they already planned what they was going to do.
Especially if they manipulate. Especially if they control it.
See, when you was still
Person like that, don't have nothing, don't sign nothing with that person because they manipulate.
They was planning
Why you set up an account with her? Why you banking with her?
your failed dream so that they can live through
That's what I'm saying. You should.
They are going to manipulate you into becoming codependent on them for the rest of your life.
Yeah, go with another company, bank with another company.
So that you won't be free of your own self, so that you won't have any freedom, you won't have no say so because they completely killed you emotionally and mentally, destroyed you so that you can always be codependent on them because they completely lied about reality.
I know
How
you're
they're
wrong.
going to use you as
Because
a
God judging you on that, but I'm judging you on how everybody else
what they're
receives
going to
it.
say to you if you retaliate against them. All these things was planned by your parents to completely ruin you as a person so that you wouldn't grow up and become successful and surpass them and be completely different from them. Because if a child becomes more and keep going after after life so obstacles, if you are
Don't sign no
let me
account
tell you
with them.
something, if you are not
Especially if they
behind
control it.
going and chasing after your dreams and goals,
Don't sign nothing, don't bank nothing with them.
you're gonna open yourself up to
Especially
a
if they control it.
because they're gonna split that out and they're gonna be able to tell that
If
you're
they
gonna have
control and manipulate gas, if they're a person like that, I don't care who it is. A person like that, you shouldn't sign no account with them. If you had got something under their name, you need to take it off there or delete it.
through is
because
gonna
they're
put
gonna try to
God. You're wasting
manipulate you
time
and
because
take
you are a
some from you,
procrastinator
and
and
that's
you
not
sitting up
good.
there saying what you're gonna do, but guess what? You're not doing it because you are afraid
Don't
to.
bank with
You are
them.
afraid of failure,
Don't have no
rejection.
account. Don't sign no account with them. None of that.
If you are afraid to fail, if you are afraid of rejection, if you are talking about, if you sitting up there talking about you
And
want to
sure,
be a millionaire,
don't
I make
share
six
nothing with
figures,
them.
and if you're not willing to sacrifice for that, you're codependent. You got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to be willing to say, I don't need nobody. I'm going to do this on my own regardless, and I refuse to be codependent. You have to be strong minded, not weak. They're going to go after your finances and try to break your finances so that you can
Because they
become
manipulate. God
one,
see that.
so that you can always
The
provide for
woman is
everybody. They
manipulating.
can make you
And
codependent
God see that. He's
if you
gonna
are
punish
relying
her.
on them for resources.
Yeah, don't sign nothing under them.
Like even in
Don't
college,
sign nothing under them.
you don't supposed to rely on anybody for
Don't
real.
sign nothing. Especially a person. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mama,
No
your
grace,
daddy,
no protection.
whoever. If
Just
that
go out
person
and
is controlling
real
you
people don't
and,
complain.
and they
Real
want
people
to
are not
tell you, and they, if that
codependent.
person is if they're
You are
controlling, where they
codependent
want
because
to
you program
where they
to be
try to
codependent.
manipulate
You allow the
take
narcissist
it to the
to
part where they take
control
from you.
because
If
you're
that a
blinded by
person like that,
blinded
you shouldn't
by
be signing
money.
none of
But
their
see,
name.
really,
You
this is the
shouldn't be
thing.
having no
They
share
gave you
account.
in order to
You shouldn't
manipulate.
be
You're not
sharing
gonna
nothing with
afford.
them
You're gonna
because they
see it. You're going
manipulate
backwards.
and they gonna take from
You're
you.
not an adult.
And that
You a
yeah,
little girl. You a little boy. You're going
that's protect
get out of
you.
here, please. You're a loser.
And don't
And the
sign
thing
nothing
is,
with
you
them.
want to know the funny thing about it?
And take your
They got
name
the
off of
money.
there. Take your name off of there.
They got the house. They got the nice cars. They
Yeah,
got the
she
nice
can't
clothes.
go.
They got a
Okay, she
top
don't
end
have to
job. But guess
if
what?
she don't
They
want
don't
to.
care about that because they want them. They won't. They have
Yeah,
to.
don't sign nothing. That's
Because
why
if
you're
you're not
alone.
willing,
That's
they
why you're
have
by
to.
yourself. Because of the way you are.
Because if they can break you financially, if they can suck and dry your financial income, guess
And
what?
don't sign nothing under their name.
They got you.
Don't share no account, no bank with them, none of that.
Just
Because
imagine you try to support
if they
something
that
that you
controlling,
exploiting them by
you don't
breaking
need to
them
be sharing
financially
nothing
and
with them.
using the money as a way to
And
manipulate
no,
you.
none of that. Don't do none of that.
Financial abuse. See, if they can
That's to
give you money,
protect you.
like you need money for the rent, they give you money. You like, I need you to come, man, I'm behind on rent. Can you
And
help me
that
out on rent? They
person
give you money.
controlling,
They give you money, but
if that person that
they give
down
you money to
controlling,
go try to get you to go. But guess what?
if that
That
person
money,
that
you
come,
would
if
have
they
to
like
trust to
that,
take
yeah.
their money because their money is not good money. Once they give you money, you're under
Just to
contract.
sign your
Once
own,
you
they
pay
pick
money
your
to
own bank,
narcissists to get
and
attention, it's a
sign up your
contract
own
now.
account,
You just gave
buy
your
your
soul
own
away. You
stuff, put
put
it
you
under
allowed
your
trust
name and
become
your name
financially
on it.
dependent on a narcissist.
Don't share nothing
Because
with
guess
her.
what? The first time you get out, the
No
first time
bank,
you break
none of that.
contract, the first time that you
Don't
decide
share nothing
that
under
you're
her
gonna switch
name.
up and say, hey, you know what, I ain't gonna give this thing no more.
Share
I'm not
nothing
giving you
with
no more
her.
money. Guess what? You fuck.
Man,
They're gonna take it. They're gonna take their car back. They're gonna take their money back that they gave you. They're gonna go in the bank account. They're gonna
don't ask them
withhold
for no
your
money.
banking. They're gonna withhold your
Don't
bank
ask them
account.
for no
They're gonna
money.
withhold your credit. They're gonna withhold basic needs, shopping,
Man, don't ask them for no money.
transportation, medicine, food, and shelter. They're gonna use all these things against you. They're gonna okay, well you know what? Get out of my house. They're gonna take the
Man,
car away
don't
from
ask
you.
them for nothing.
They're gonna take the car keys and you can't drive no more. They're gonna kick you up out the house. You ever see Charlie and the Bad Black